South Korea borders the Yellow Sea and the Sea of Japan. Covers a total area of 98,480 square kilometers. 70% of the land is covered by mountains and upperlands. This area consists of over 3,400 islands. Coastline is around 2,413 kilometers. Mountains extend downwards the eastern and south-central region.
Korean civilization first came about in 3000 BC when many people from Central Asia populated the area. In 700 BC, new rice-growing techniques were developed. In 200 AD, laws were developed based on Chinese characteristics. And then in 668, the Silla dynasty brought together kingdoms. A successful defeat occurred in 1895 when Japan defeated China in the Sino-Japanese War, which ended China's influence over Korea. In 1905, the Russo-Japanese War ended and Japan gained control of Korea from Russia. In 1945, Japan then surrendered at the end of World War II, and then Korea was divided into north and southern zones. In 1948, the Republic of Korea was established in the south, and the Democratic People of the Republic was established in the north. Finally, in 1950, North Korea invaded South Korea, and a multi-force came about. After a long years of fighting, an agreement was made. South Korea has a republic government. South Korea's government consists of three branches: executive, judicial, and legislative. The president is in charge of the executive branch, and the citizens elect the president. The Constitutional Court is head of the judicial branch, and it consists of 9 justices. The legislative branch consists of the National Assembly of South Korea. Members of the National Assembly serve for 4 years.
Due to the cost of living being very high at $2,174 and the life expectancy also being high at 81 years, and how little amount of deaths of infants, this country is a more developed nation. Most of the population lives by the coast and close to the capital of Seoul. Due to the large amount of people in the work class, South Korea will have to plan in the future for more retirement homes for the elderly to stay at.
Okay. Dasaik are traditional pressed cookies made with fried grain powder, oriental medical herbs, or flower pollen with honey. The dough is pressed with dasaik molds that have imprints of birds, flowers, or Chinese characters. Dasaik have a unique taste that goes well with the sweet honey. It was named dasaik, which means tea or food, because it is often served with tea.
Haemal kalgitsu is a soup made with homemade noodles and seafood. Kalgitsu refers to a noodle that are made by hand, then shredded with a knife. The broth in kalgitsu varies according to the ingredients. Anchovy broth, chicken broth, and beef broth are all commonly used.
Silk larvae is a Korean street food. It contains steamed or boiled silk larvae, as well as being a popular snack on the streets. It is often served with alcohol. When you find a vendor selling silkworm larvae, you can be sure the roast crickets are often not too far away.
Tek Jim, a dish of rice cake rods, beef, and vegetables topped with a seasoning. It is said that the court kitchen ladies prepared Tek Jim for the king, who lacked physical exercise and sometimes suffered from indigestion, because it was thought to ease stomach troubles. Dog stew. A special dog is preferred for consumption, and there is a different word for the dog fit for eating and a dog fit for pet. Many Koreans are opposed to the consumption of dog meat for similar reasons to the Westerns, but it is quite legal, and most restaurants purchase their meat from trusted dog farms. The national sport of South Korea is Taekwondo. Other popular sports are baseball, soccer, basketball, volleyball, golf, and ice hockey. They also like to partake in shopping and skiing.
In South Korea, the national holidays consist of New Year's, which is on the first day of the first lunar month, Independence Day on March 1st, Buddha's birthday, which is on the 8th day of the fourth lunar month, Hangul Day, which is October 9th, and Christmas, which is December 1st.
South Korea's major religions are Buddhism, Christianity, Confucianism, and Shainism. Confucianism was founded by a Chinese philosopher named Confucius, believed that a society could become perfect if the people who lived in it exhibited beautiful conduct. This was around 551 BC. Shainism has a connection with nature. Breaking news. North Korea praises knife attack on U.S. ambassador to South Korea. In Seoul, on March 5th, the U.S. ambassador of South Korea was severely cut on his face and left wrist by a man screaming demands for Korea's unification. The man who attacked is named Kim, and he is well known among the police. U.S. Ambassador Lipitz was hospitalized with wounds 4-inch long and 1-inch deep. I stopped at 1 inch deep.
The slash on his wrist damaged many nerves in his arm, and his facial wound took 80 inches to close. Police have said the knife used to attack was around 10 inches long. Lippert will be treated at the hospital for the next 3 to 4 days and will have pains along with problems in his left arm. Just after the attack, North Korea threatened the U.S. ambassador of South Korea and also told they had no involvement with the act of violence. As of now, Kim is in custody and Lippert is healing well.